coasting along, or you're sinking like a stone. Carry on. May your past be the sound of your feet upon the ground. Carry on. Carry on, carry on.
All right. Hello and welcome to our week in books. I think I'll start. I only have one book, and I should probably start before I forget who wrote it. It's a NetGalley, and it is called Openly Straight, and it's by Bill Konigsberg. And what was it? Arthur Levine Publishing. I don't know. And it's just about a gay teenager.
You said he was openly.
Yeah, he's been openly out since 8th grade, but then he is moved to an all-boys boarding school, and so apparently it's kind of about his experience where he has to become maybe a little more closeted than he's used to, and then probably about how to break out again from feeling like he needs to hide who he is. So, sounds like an interesting story.
What?
You're up.
Okay. All right.
You have a lot more.
I know. Sorry. Oh, I think like a week ago, I got a couple of extremely great priced. That was super bad English. Yay. Nook books, and one of them was. Come on, little friend, you can do it. Come on, you can. Oh, for heaven's sakes, I suck. I'm not prepared for this. Yay me. One was Mind Games by Kirsten White. I think that's Harper-Teen. And then the other was Article 5 by Kristen Simmons. Mind Games is, I think that it's more of a psychological thriller, and Article 5 is much more of a dystopian. I believe they take one of the amendments away from the Constitution or something like that. It sounds amazing. Ooh. So I keep trying to push that one at our social studies teachers. Like, you have to read this. It sounds so amazing. So,
is it more apocalyptic or is it dystopian?
Dystopian, I believe.
Okay.
Wow, that does not give much of a description at all.
That's not very helpful.
This action-packed novel is a dystopian, unlike any other I have read.
Well, fine. The Huffington Post calls it a dystopian, so we'll just leave it at that.
Anyway, they were extremely well priced, like $2.99 or something like that. It was awesome. So, okay, then I got a package from HarperCollins. I think this might have been left over from. It didn't say anything in the package, so. Thank you, HarperCollins. You guys rock. I think it might have been from Armchair BEA. I'm not positive because it didn't say anything, and I looked back at things. I looked on Goodreads, and I hadn't won anything, so I have no idea how I got these, but yay, because they're both books that I desperately wanted, and they're both from series that I adore, so yay!
And that you already have.
And that I already have. So Vortex is a finished copy by S.J. Kincaid. The first book in the series is Insignia, and this is Vortex, the second in the series, so I can't wait to see what happens next. I love the back. It says, "You're superhuman, a military weapon, your power knows no limits, but what will you fight for?" I love that. So, yeah. I can't wait to see what happens next in that one, because the end of that book was like, dun dun dun. So he had to make this awful, awful choice, and he did, and it was terrible, and we all kind of hate him for it now. And now this one...
I was wondering what her hair was doing.
Oh,
did you see this?
Well, if you've read the series, then you know why her hair curls in just such a way.
I was looking for it because, you know, the other one, that one has the fangs.
Yeah.
And
so this is a Sweet Legacy, which is, of course, based on the Medusa mythology. So this is awesome. I've only read book 1, but I believe that I have an arc of book 2 as well. So sorry, people, that I'm going to be reading an arc of 2 and 3. So hopefully they're accurate. But I'm so excited because I adored book 1. It was awesome. So then I have ridiculous amounts. 3
New Neck
from Neck Alice. So I have Winds of Salem, which is book 3 in the Melissa Della Cruz adult. I would call it adult or a much higher young adult. I don't even know if I would call it young adult because it's pretty darn steamy. I would call it adult.
I would call it adult.
I mean, I enjoy it. So, what are they called? Witches of East End. Thank you. The covers are beautiful, but they're not on my Neck Alleys, of course. Silo by McNeil. Sorry. Which is, I believe, apocalyptic. It's the one that everybody's kind of been gushing about. It sounds amazing. And then Crown of Midnight, which is the second one by Sarah Maas. I thought it was Moss, but then people have been saying it as Mass. So, sorry. I just met her, so I feel like a jerk. But, so I'm excited that I have Throne of Glass to read first, and then I can jump right into Crown of Midnight. So that'll be great, because everybody says it's off the charts awesome. So I can't wait to try that out.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been reading some really awesome books lately. So if you get a chance to read Indelible, that was off the charts awesome. I absolutely loved that. That was great. Loved it. If you're a fan of Melissa Marsh, it reminded me of Melissa Marsh's stuff. You know, her Wicked Lovely series. I loved that. So.
And I just finished Blood and Snow, the complete set.
Yeah, and I hadn't seen that one before until you sent me the review, and I was like,
I had never seen it before either, but I saw it on NetGalley, and so I said, hey, I'd like to try that one, and I'm glad I did, because I read it in just, I think, 2 days, and it was a 500-pager, but I read it in 2 days because it was just fun. You don't usually associate vampire with fun, but that's the kind of vampire story it was. It was a fun vampire story. So if you're looking, and it had this weird combination of vampires and fairy tales, and I was worried that it was going to be weird, but it actually was just,
what are you reading
just use
now?
That word again, fun. I don't know. That's what I tried starting a new book last night. I didn't really like it, so I'm going to try a new one
tonight, and I just read Something Strange and Deadly. That was so fun. I'm never quite sure how I'm going to feel about zombie books, because I always think, I'm not a zombie book reader, and then I'm like, oh, but I love them, so I'm going to read them. The author and the book is so beautiful usually, and so I read it.
You've usually heard really good things about
and I read it, and it was great. I love the time period. I love the details. It was fantastic. The only thing I was like, I wish there were pictures because I want to see these places. Are these places real? You know, because I'm such a history, place buff. We, base all our family trips around historical places. Yes, I know I'm a dork. It's okay. And then when I tweeted that, Susan was like, go to my website. See, there are pictures, silly. And so I was like, awesome. So, yeah. It made me happy.
Awesome.
So,
what are you reading now?
It was gorgeous. Now I am reading The Beautiful and the Cursed by Dawn Metcalf.
That book was it just last week that you were like,
but I mean,
whoa!
Yes, it's beautiful. But I'm literally just pages into it. So, they've started. And they literally start with her just arriving at that, the creepy house, the creepy abbey. So that's as far as I've gotten. So that's it. So tell us what you got this week in books. I can't wait to hear what you got. Link it up.
Carry on, carry on.